Alright guys, while we wait for the delayed Spotlight event, which is theoretically set to be released tomorrow, we have the new Toyota GR Supersport Grand Prix already available on the game, and since it's impossible to test this car at max stats, since there aren't any free tries on multiplayer, nor time limited events or something like that, today I will be maxing it out from packs, and I will also share my thoughts in regards to this brand new Toyota car and how good it can be, because I can already tell you in advance that this car is far more interesting than you might think at first glance. So let's get into it. Alright, so first of all, I do really think it's important to know where is this Toyota GR Supersport placed. Inside of B-Class, it has a rank of almost 4100 points, putting it next to cars like the Lamborghini Huracan, the Porsche Carrera, and a few others, which feels quite similar once you drive them. And this is basically because most of the rank in the 4000 rank points range perform quite similar to the Lamborghini Huracan, some of them with a bit more acceleration, some others with a bit more handling, and so on. But in essence, there are many similar cars from B-Class, which is why this Toyota GR Supersport feels different. Well, it all comes down to top speed. If you have a look at the top speed stat this Toyota GR Supersport has to offer, you will realize that once you drive this car with nitro, it goes in the area of 380 km per hour, which is from 15 to 25 km per hour faster than any other car around this B-Class rank range, with the only exception of the Apollo N, which is 10 km per hour faster once you drive it with nitro. But if you have a look at all the other stats of this Toyota GR Supersport, you will realize how fast it accelerates. And this is because it has an acceleration value of nearly 86 points, which absolutely demolishes the Apollo N acceleration stat and further increases the power of the top speed this Toyota GR Supersport has. It is true that the handling and nitro values are not as strong as the acceleration and top speed in this car, but that sorta makes sense once you have a look at the general performance this car has to offer. After all, we are talking about a 4100 rank points B-Class car, which is not even a king in terms of elite tier cars. Still, I have to say that it feels refreshing because we have got plenty of cars around this rank that feel so similar that the entire bracket felt like boring, especially on multiplayer. But hey, look, I do still love plenty of cars around this rank, like the McLaren 600 LT, the Lamborghini Invincible, and the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, just to name a few. And being completely honest, I hope I get to love this new Toyota GR Supersport once the Grand Prix ends as well. As you might have realized by now, I completely maxed out this car from the token packs available on the game store, and just as a reference, it took me 21,000 tokens to max this Toyota GR Supersport concept. A bit pricey if you have some options around this rank like the Lamborghini Huracan itself, but hey, I am doing this for you all guys in order to check how good or bad this car could have been. Well, and also because I got those tokens to max every single car, so yeah, it's, mostly for scientific purposes. Either way, I could have spent way less, since the Grand Prix easily gives like 20 blueprints and you can grab like 10 more blueprints from the Legends Pass and the Club milestones, so I believe that for around 20,000 tokens you should be able to max out this car, if you are interested and you can afford it, of course. Starting from all what I could see while trying this car at 5 stars and with the overclock bonus, I would certainly conclude that it will be a decent option for multiplayer, to say the least. It doesn't lose a massive amount of speed while drifting, which I think it's a nice detail to keep in mind, and the nitro, albeit not massive, it's just alright for multiplayer purposes, so you shouldn't have any serious issues if you manage it correctly. Since I can't test this car on multiplayer yet, I had to look for a similar car around this rank so you guys could get an impression of how driving a maxed out Toyota GR Supersport feels like. And the closest car I could find in terms of stats and rank is the Aston Martin 177. It's a couple of kilometers per hour slower and the acceleration is significantly slower as well, but, and this is important, the handling and nitro are a few points higher than those of the Toyota GR Supersport, meaning that in general the only difference you will feel is a slower acceleration car while having a bit more of nitro and a slightly better handling. Because both cars lose roughly the same amount of speed while drifting, so that's why I think if you want a reference of how could a maxed out Toyota GR Supersport feel like driving it, just try the Aston Martin 177 and imagine it with a bit less nitro and a way faster acceleration, and that's about it. Obviously, I completely understand that at the end of the day we are speaking about 20,000 tokens, which is no small amount, even if these days the gauntlet certainly helps to get a few more tokens than usual from time to time. That's why going for this car or not, it's completely up to you guys. Make sure to let me know if you are planning to spend some tokens on this Toyota GR Super Sport concept in the comment section, drop your massive like, and I will see you really soon as usual with much more Asphalt Unite content. Goodbye guys.